Welcome back to the Conscious Salon podcast. Tess, we've got a very special guest here today, don't we?
We really do.
We do. So our guest today is a powerhouse in the hair industry. She has founded the incredible BODA salons in Melbourne 9 years ago and built them all to be a thriving, successful business. As the owner of BODA for nearly a decade, she has now stepped into an exciting new role as a business ambassador for O&M, while also making moves in the world of business consulting. Beyond her career, she's been on an inspiring personal journey, falling in love with fitness and pushing herself to new limits through marathon running. Her drive isn't just for herself. She has an undeniable hunger to help others grow, both in business and in life. And if that wasn't impressive enough, she also does it all while being a devoted single mum to her two beautiful daughters, Paris and Pia. We are so excited to have you on the potty today. Can everyone please welcome Martha Kourt?
Woohoo!
Thanks,
How's that feel? That's it. That's quite.
I was like getting teary.
Yeah.
I was like, wow.
Fuck, it's gorgeous.
Good girl. Like, yeah.
Good girl,
Fucking girl indeed.
What a powerhouse.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see you today.
Thank you.
Such a heavyweight in our industry and someone that has inspired the fuck out of so many of us, including us.
Thank you, guys.
So exciting. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here.
And I think it takes it to the next level. We've been doing this series, the Motherhood series now. So you're our third guest and we've got 3 other guests to do to interview after you as well. But one thing that's been really beautiful with this series is talking to women in our industry who usually get interviewed about business and talking to them about being mums in business because it's something that sometimes we can touch on in different interviews, but it's never really been the focus of a lot of podcast interviews. So today we want to deep dive your journey running businesses and building empires and building yourself as an empire as well, and how you've done that with babies on your hip. So Martha, the question that we always like to start with, first question, what's your key to staying conscious?
What's my key to staying conscious is, I think definitely the one thing that has really helped me is my practices. You know, without my meditation, without my finding ways of staying calm and conscious and present, I think I would be a total mess. And I've noticed it when I don't follow my rituals or my habits that lead me to being the desired Martha that I want to always show up as. I don't just show up like her. There are things that I have to do in the background to be her.
Absolutely.
So yeah, there's a lot of practices in staying conscious and I think also being present to who I want to actually be. Yeah.
So something that you've done all through your life, have you always had?
Yeah. So I think I've definitely in the last 15 years delved into more self-development and then definitely in the last, I'd say 11 years into the more spiritual side of my personality, and I think that's definitely helped me in business and motherhood, especially, and giving birth and being pregnant. That in itself is such a spiritual journey. So, definitely been part of my journey to today.
That just made me get a bit emotional. As soon as you said that, I was like, oh, it is. It's such a spiritual journey. I've only recently had my baby 6 weeks ago.
I know.
As soon as you said that, I was like, it's magic. It really is a spiritual journey.
I have to say the most intense moment of my life was when I had my second daughter and I was in labor and, I was able to get through it without any medication, and I'm either way, I had a epidural for the first and that was great and I had an amazing journey. The second one, I planned to go in there being like, okay, we're getting induced and give me the epidural within 2 hours, and I had a plan. And then I started listening to this meditation app that I listen to every day, and I looked at the doctor and he looked at me and he's like, you've got this today, don't you? I go,
I do.
I'm going to do this, aren't I?
He's like, you can step out. I'm going to do it all by myself.
He was literally like, he goes, you got the look in your eye. And he was amazing. I went with Lionel Steinberg, and he's a very natural doctor. And he just looked at me and he's like, you're going to do this. And I can't tell you the most spiritual journey, because I really practiced my breath work. And it's almost like I went into a hypnotic state, and it was the most exhilarating experience of my life.
That's so beautiful to hear you speak about that, because I think so many women feel hesitant to speak about a positive birth experience, and we have both had really positive birth experiences.
I'm so happy for you. Yeah,
almost like I would liken it to be euphoric. Well, for me, euphoric. But a lot of the time when people are talking about birth, you can be so sensitive to their trauma or their whatever they've been through, and we can be hesitant to share when it's incredible. But that's so beautiful.
It was out of my body experience.
And it's really interesting, like touching on that, because I think that's the thing. We do have that thing of like majority of the stories that we talk about or hear about are the ones where we have, and you know, if you are someone that's experienced trauma through childbirth, no way saying that that's not, you know, that's everyone's feelings and experiences of their own. Yeah. But I do think it's true. It's like we're kind of almost, and I remember even with my birthing course that I was doing, calm birthing and hypnobirthing, we're kind of, everyone, when you think of childbirth, you think of that like woman, you know, screaming and yelling and it's like intense and it's in hospitals and it's really like, rah, and like, so you kind of almost go in with that preemptive thing of like a lot of women are fearful of giving birth. Yeah. And even myself, I knew that these experiences exist. I knew how much you love giving birth. And especially from someone that had, Nikki has always historically had a fear of medical procedures and things happening. So I thought the fact she had such a euphoric experience, it would be incredible. But even right up until when I was in hospital, I was still nervous that, oh, fuck, even though I've had this big plan, it might not go that way. Yeah. But again, the best experience of my life. And like, so good. I think as soon as I had him, I was like, oh, I could do 100 more. I want to have
my doctor looked at me and he goes, you're going to do this again.
I'll see you soon. I was
like, okay. So Martha, I want to rewind the clock and I want to talk about when you founded BODA. Yeah. And then the experience of obviously when you brought 2 babies into the world and how you had Paris and Pia and then navigating all of that. So can you take us back to when you first started BODA?
Yeah, so I was already a hairdresser. I had previously gone into partnership with another woman from I was at a previous salon. And then I got married and I remember just wanting a bit of a change. You know, hairdressers go, that's it, I'm done. I hate standing on my feet. Yeah. And I think I had that moment, and my ex-husband had a property business that he was starting up, and I was like, great, I'll just do admin.
I do love that. But I feel like hairdressers are ever the creators, like, yeah, I've got that. I've got that. Yeah.
And then I went and I was like, admin, the office disruptor, like they were like,
you
shut
are not
up.
Built for the office.
And then everything started to hurt, like my back and this, and I was like, you guys actually are at the disadvantage, like standing up all day doing hair, so much more better for your body.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're actually moving, which we're designed to do.
Yeah.
And then these guys at the office are like, you poor hairdressers, and I'm like, no, I've done it both. And I'm telling you now, the office job is not the way to go. Not it is not the way to go. So I quickly like left that and went back into hair, as we do, because hairdressers are social beings, and I think it's and so I founded BODA and started off with 1 salon and then went to 7.
You exploded on the scene.
It was such a ride. It was never about like the money or the this or the that. Like it was about, this is so much fun. Like we're creating a brand. We're creating a movement of, we call ourselves the BODA Babes. Like we're creating a awesome education platform of training young apprentices, creating opportunities and growth. And I think for me, it was just such an amazing experience of learning, and I love learning. So I created my own university for myself, you know.
A little school.
I was so learning so much. And
Chris and I were talking about that on the way here about your team journey. Like that is truly your magic, is the journey that you take your team on.
Yeah.
And we were talking in the car on the way here about one thing that you said at your event that we went to. I reckon it must have been 4 years ago, maybe.
It would have been 4 years ago. Yeah.
Wow. And we talked about, you said, my goal is to have 150 happy salons. And that might not be the goal now, but just even in saying that, you just said that you wanted to have 100 or 150, I think it was, happy salons.
Yeah.
And the journey that you take your focus has always been on your team culture and your team journey. And so many people are focusing purely on their client journey and not incorporating a team journey.
Yeah, it was always about the team for me, always about the team. And then I had my kids. So they got to be part of the BODA journey. And
how many salons did you have when the girls were born?
so I had Pia. We just opened our third. She would have been maybe 6 months old.
Wow.
Yeah. And then it kind of just ramped up.
That's wild though. Like
and then
3
COVID,
salons and
yeah.
a 6. That's
And then COVID happened.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was
But
it
we
boogie?
still kept opening because we
Yeah.
were like, we'll be busy when we open, you know. And people were moving around during COVID because they were upset with how their employment was treating them. Whereas we were innovating during COVID and doing Zooms every week and, you know, quiz games. And I would send
Yeah.
alcohol to their houses and I'll be like, I know you need this. That's right. Like, you know, here's a
gift
little
back,
cocktail mix or
Mama Martha to the
yeah,
rescue.
like, you know, I was pregnant. So I was like, can you have one for me? But yeah, I think I just saw everything as an opportunity. And I think for me, I realized in COVID that was when I really needed to step up as a leader because, you know, in crisis, that's when people look at you. So I think if I'm proud of one thing is definitely how I showed up in COVID. Yeah. And 150 salons, you said. Yeah, the happy salons.
I reckon it was 100.
It was 151. I remember it was 151 because I'd written it on a poster. I did a Tony Robbins event and we were doing a meditation, and in the meditation I saw myself occupying a floor in the city and it was our head office. Wow. And I remember standing there and I was like, we just hit 151 happy salons.
Fucking hell.
And I saw that and I was like, I'm writing that shit down. Like, like this is going to happen, you know?
Wow.
And then COVID happened and, you know, then I started to doubt myself, my abilities. Like, is this actually going to happen? Like, will I be the next Tony and Guy that has 100 and something salons across the world? Or am I just little Martha that's got this really cute dream and, you know, it will end one day? Like I started to doubt myself, and I think that happens in your entrepreneurial journey and I think your self-discovery journey. The goal hasn't changed. I still want to
Fucking hell, you're impressive,
I still
girl.
want to do it.
Wow.
That's massive.
But it has changed. I think post-divorce, I have shedded so much and I had to let go of quite a few businesses because it was too hard to do whilst helping my girls get through their own trauma of divorce. So it has been on hold. It has derailed, but the idea is that BODA will keep spreading. It will just be in a different way. Yeah.
Wow.
You heard it here first.
I'm here
I
to
love it.
figure it out though.
Yeah. I think that's the thing though, even with that, like the goal can still be that, but it can pivot and change, and like the goalposts will always shift around where we need them to.
Yeah.
But that's inspiring as shit. Like I'm hearing that, I'm like, wow, we've got 1 salon. I'm like, oh, I couldn't even think of opening 2. So the fact that you're 151, pretty exceptional.
Yeah. So we'll see.
So Martha,
say.
did you take a mat leave with the girls? Like talk us through what your postpartum journey was.
What's that?
This is always really interesting. So did you take a mat leave? Did you not take one and you wanted to, or were you happy to come back to work?
I think for me, and this sounds so corny, but work never felt like work. There was definitely always stresses. There was I had scheduled holidays. I was good at scheduling my holidays. So when Pia was first born, I took a month off. But I'd check in with the team, how are things going, like, you know, that kind of stuff. But that was my way of just also being social. And my salons, I could walk to the Richmond salon. So that was quite easy for me to put the baby in the pram, get my coffee, go past, say hi, check in. It wasn't hard. I didn't feel like I needed to be like mat leave, no work or, you know, no communication whatsoever. So I never really did that. But I took time off. We went to Europe when Pia was 8 weeks old. Yeah.
Wow.
So my ex-husband's sister was getting married and, you know, it's such a big milestone and, you know, love her. So we didn't want to miss the wedding. And it was scary as shit. I remember crying at the airport being like, we are absolutely crazy doing this. Like, where is the local hospital? Because we're going to a Greek village as well. Like it wasn't like in the city of Greece. It was in the village. Where is the local pharmacy? The local pharmacy was 25-minute drive away. Like it just it was so isolated, but it was the best experience ever.
Amazing.
And it really taught me how different countries deal with mat leave.
Right.
They just all help. It was so great. Like
The communal.
the community.
Yeah.
I was like,
we love.
so I came back and I was like, mother's group is not enough. Like we need to, I know mother's group, we say we meet for 2 hours on a Thursday, every Thursday. No, we need to meet like Monday, we go to Pilates, Tuesday we do this. So I came back and I was like, I'm rewriting how we do it.
Yeah.
We're starting a
you
commune.
need the community. Yeah.
I know. Yeah. And I'm still friends with a few of the mums in our mother's group now, and the kids are 6.
Yeah.
Like we do an Easter egg hunt and we do a Halloween party every year, and we've got them from babies till now, because I'm like, the community needs to stick together.
Yeah. It's interesting.
It's weird in
Yeah.
Western culture. Like we're one of the only cultures that don't embrace raising our babies together. And Tess and I really normalize this in our family.
Yeah.
We all raise our kids together.
Yeah.
Our parents are so involved, our friends and family are so involved, and we literally raise each other's kids.
Yeah.
But we don't normalize this as a culture. And so many women especially are drowning in the responsibilities of work and raising kids and having so much pressure on themselves.
Yeah.
Because we don't adapt this style of raising kids together.
Yeah.
And I know for you, you've now, like, you rely a lot on your family for support and for help, which is incredible.
Yeah.
And even when we were talking before the potty and you spoke about your friend bringing the girls over to Bali, you know, when you run your marathon and having the babies there at the finish line is just
so amazing.
I can't.
Yeah. You actually
best.
posted a video of you doing, I'm assuming it was a full marathon,
When was this?
a few months ago, and I messaged you and I said, I am crying my eyes out watching this. I'm going to cry now.
Yeah. Here she goes.
This beautiful image of you finishing the marathon.
Yeah.
And the girls, like when they see you.
Yeah.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
so beautiful.
That was the full Melbourne Marathon.
Yeah.
And it was my first full marathon, and they were at the 37K mark, because I knew that I'd need
You'd need them.
them at that point to get through the last 5Ks, because every marathon runner says that, you know, you kind of hit a brick wall around the 36, 37K mark and you think you can't go on.
Yeah.
And I said to my friend, can you please make sure you bring the girls?
They're my fuel.
They're my fuel. And I ran so fast
Bet you
those
did.
last 3-4Ks.
Lioness. She's
Like
there.
just like cried and ran. Like
Did you feel that when you were like getting closer to that point? Was it like, I can get there and I know I've got my babies there who are
yeah,
gonna,
I
like,
actually was on the
reignite
phone
me?
to my girlfriend and I was like, are you there? Because I'm about a kilometre away.
How the fuck were you on the phone? Hang
So
on.
yeah, and there was this really cute guy next to me, and he was like, he's like, are you on the phone? I go, yeah, relax. It's just a casual Sunday. Like, what are you like huffing and puffing about?
Listen, my fuel's
Mindset. I was literally saying it to him. I'm like, why are you freaking out? It's just a
Personal
Sunday.
admin.
I was like, it's just a Sunday. We're just going for a run. Like, calm down. I'm on the phone with my mate. I can't hear it.
You're in
Calm
the
down.
zone, yeah.
Like, I was so
This is
funny
normal.
about
Yeah.
it. Like,
But that would have gotten you there. And
100%.
then you see the babies.
yeah.
You're
I was like, they're
reignited.
just there. They're just around that corner. Like,
Yeah.
Ah,
And I
was
think
like,
seeing that because you've shared so much of your life online and the things that you've overcome, like obviously as a business owner, but also in your personal life, the journey that you've gone on with your fitness and your health, the journey with your spirituality and your trips to Bali, and then obviously the journey that you've shared with the breakdown of your marriage and becoming a really incredible voice for women who are independent in our industry.
yeah.
And I think so many women would see you as such an expander in that way. But yeah, seeing that video was just incredible, like the power of women and the power of community and the power of what we do when we're faced with challenges. It was just so beautiful.
It was
so
such a
powerful.
liberating moment.
Yeah.
Like, as well, just being able to, I don't know, just be so free in that moment and strong. And then, showing that to my kids.
Oh,
And then telling them that mummy's going to do that again, but double this time.
yeah.
They're just, my daughter, she's like, are you going to die on this run? Because that seems like a lot, mum. It's nearly 100 kilometres.
It's a lot.
And I was like, yeah, but I can do it. She's like,
But you're going to be such an expander for them. Like, you think about this, like your littles are how old? 6, and are they both 6?
so Pia's turning 6 in 8 days. And
happy birthday, Pia.
Thank you. She'll be very excited. She's so excited. And Paris will be 3 in May.
Wow.
Actually, I knew that. I literally came to the event and you were pregnant and with 1. Sorry.
This has no concept of time.
I'm still in the baby. I'm like, what? Baby brain. But even with that, we think about like your littles learning from you now, seeing their mum who's such a powerhouse. You can do like, so most people go their whole life with it. I mean, I'm quite certain, not 100%, but quite certain I don't love running, but I can't imagine I'll ever do a marathon.
2.5 marathons.
Let alone, and how much
100Ks.
this is going to give them. Like your girls are going to have such a moral, like not inner compass within themselves of just knowing who the fuck they are.
Yeah.
And how much of an expander. You're going to be like Superwoman for them.
That's all
You're Superwoman for all of us,
That's
I think.
all I want. I honestly, like, I thank God every day that this divorce happened to me because I have lost so much, but I've also lost so much of myself that wasn't authentic. And that has been the most amazing experience.
Oof. That is a hot sentence in itself. Yeah. I'm a big one for like leaving relationships that no longer serve you. So the fact you're saying that.
See, I'm not.
Really?
I'm not leave a relationship when it's no longer serving because I am committed and I am like, let's get through the journey. And then I was like, now I've learned, you know, the hard way that, you can't keep growing if someone else doesn't want to grow.
Yes.
And that was really frustrating in my relationship because my level of
keeps you
happiness
stuck too.
was to keep growing, and it just was like this all the time and like this, you know.
It is. We talk about this often, and like, you know, the work that we do, we, you know, a lot of the times when we with people, we have people that, you know, and like even with self-development, personal development work that we do with our clients, you do sometimes outgrow relationship situations, businesses, all of those things. Yeah. But there is that can be a really daunting thing, and like that thing of, oh, I've committed to this person. I can't go. Even my best friend right now has just left her husband after 15 years together, whole life. That's all she knows.
15,
yeah. And such a big thing. But knowing on the other side of that, like, I truly feel like in the week since she left him and started like showing up for herself, it's the most like powerhouse she's ever been. Like, and even he's stunned, being like, what the fuck, who is this person who is getting real estate agents through, getting lawyers, doing all the things that she needs to do to get her shit together.
Yeah.
I'm not like advocating everyone to go and get divorced, but I do think if you're in relationships that you can feel yourself not being able to grow or level the way that you want to, or that someone's kind of holding you back, you know that voice and you can hear it.
Your intuition.
Yeah.
The one thing that I knew was that he was not my person, even when I got married.
Wow.
But I didn't listen to my intuition. The intuition actually has a voice. It speaks to you.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is just my hormones, or this is just me being a little bit immature and thinking that this is not right. But the whole time my body was telling me, and so much so that every year I'd gain 5 kilos. It's like a protection mechanism. Like it was just telling me like, he's not your person. This is not the path for you. And I just kept going, what is that noise? What is that noise? No, you know, and I kept thinking, no, there's good here. There's good, you know, and I just kept, you know, and I'm a stubborn Taurus. So I was like, I'm not giving up.
I get it.
And then the moment I realized that it's, not right, my intuition, everything that I was right.
Yeah, it's like goes back through, all those moments of like on the wedding day and all these moments that you might have ignored, and then suddenly you're like,
and now I can like hear my intuition. I'm like, oh, my body's feeling this.
Right.
That's not right. Don't ignore it.
Yeah.
Like show up for this emotion. Listen to your body because your body knows. And now I'm like, if that's one thing I will teach my daughters is the female body speaks to you in ways that you have no idea. You have the answers all inside you. There is no need to ever doubt yourself. That is just fear of the unknown and the scariness of, you know, will I be alone? Will I ever find someone as good as him? Or, you know,
what does this look like?
Will I be financially destroyed?
Yes.
All that does not matter.
Doesn't.
Tuning into your intuition and developing that level of self-trust is so important for women.
But we ignore it so much. I think that's fucking hot. Like nothing else. Take that from this situation. Listen to your intuition.
Listen to your intuition.
It always knows.
Speaks to you.
It does.
Yeah.
So when you were going through your separation, your youngest daughter was 5 months old.
Yeah.
So how on earth did you navigate showing up as a CEO of
I didn't.
5,000 salons, teams, all of that for yourself, for the girls?
Yeah. I didn't, to be honest. I don't think we need to be superheroes about everything.
Yeah.
And that's okay, because I had someone literally just walk out night before our wedding anniversary, wrote me a letter and said, I'm leaving. So I think you have to also say, it's okay. And I remember my friend from Mother's Group being there and packing up my kids and saying, we're all going to Phillip Island and we have an esky of wine for you.
Yes.
And all you need to do is make sure you consume that alcohol.
You just drink.
And cry.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. Yep. And my mum came with my dad and we hired an Airbnb and we stayed there they stayed in Phillip Island and the kids had a ball.
Would have been like Disneyland, yeah.
Yeah, and they had no idea.
No.
So,
don't apologise.
but your community. Like, I remember I had a client call me every single day for 6 months saying, this is your daily check-in because we love you. Like, I had so many people reach out because they knew that it was a really hard time.
Fuck yeah.
But I knew deep down that this was the best thing ever. Like, I actually really, truly believed that even though this was hard, I knew that this was going to be the best thing ever. So I never lost hope or faith that everything was going to be okay. And yeah, I think the reality is that you have to have times where you're like, I'm not a superhero, and lean into my community to help me. And I did. And the moments that I was like feeling really good, I would be like, this is for my kids now, you know, like that was it. I asked my team to give me grace and run things for me while I dealt with, you know, like my poor little 3.5-year-old was like, where did daddy go? What do you mean he's in a new house? Like that was really hard for her. And, you know, there was a lot of issues with her behavior throughout that year that I'm growing up a child in a certain way of parenting. You know, I went and did all these parenting courses. I was like, you know, really into, the Montessori and the Steiner way of things. And then this happened and I was like, wait, no, I was doing such a good job. Like, I don't want her to experience this. That was the only thing that
you want to protect her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
But you know what? And I hate saying this because everyone was like, don't worry, kids are resilient. Like they are, but they don't have to be.
Yeah.
And it was okay. I had a really good friend as well because I really, I never cried really in front of the kids. I, really kept it all together as much as I could. And one of my friends, she's a psychologist, she's a doctor and she's amazing. And she said, it's okay to cry. It will help Pia realize that it's okay for her to cry too. And I just, I was then started to be a bit more honest with my feelings. And I remember we watched Bluey, The Sign. Everyone cry on that episode.
Bluey.
And when the dad picks up the sign and throws it on the ground, I start bawling my eyes out. And Pia goes, I know you miss dad and you want a man to pick up the sign, but it's okay. And I just thought, I've done a good job. She's emotionally intelligent, to recognize, life and things. And she articulates her emotions better than anyone I know. It's amazing.
It's incredible, isn't it? And this is the power of self-development. And when we are teaching, especially with Tess has a stepdaughter who is 12 and she 11. Sorry,
she'll kick you for that. 11 and a half.
But showing emotion and normalizing emotion to teach our kids, especially our girls, to grow up in an emotionally safe house. We have a responsibility to teach kids that it's okay to sit in your emotion, feel your emotion, show your emotion. Because even as a society, the first thing that you hear when someone starts to be emotional is, it's okay, don't cry, or quick hug, or here's a tissue. Love you, Aiden, for the tissue. Thank you. But it's almost like we're so uncomfortable with it still.
Yeah.
So teaching our kids that emotions come in every variety and every emotion is safe to feel and to show and to speak about is, I think, one of the most incredible things.
Thank you for sharing that. That was so beautiful. I feel like that was such a raw share.
Yeah,
and
it's
really
true.
Beautiful it is. But it's so important for our kids to see us. Yeah. And, this is something that we do. We really normalize this with crying, with breath work. Even now with my son, he's 6 weeks old. I mean, he's not aware of what's going on. I don't think he can see shapes yet. Or is it that they only see us as shapes?
They can't see past 30 centimetres, I want to say, for
And they can't see, I've got black and white anyway, he's in the infancy of his life.
Yeah.
But even now when I'm doing breath work, I'm holding him on me because I'm like, I want him to see.
Well, this is one thing I used to tell a lot of my friends that had newborns, and I don't know where I read it or where I don't know, it came into my brain. I was like, kids don't speak time, so sleep routines for me were a bit nonsensical because I was like, the kid doesn't know it's 12 p.m.
No.
The kid knows tired, knows feelings, knows energy.
Yes.
The kid, like speaking and like seeing and all that. Like the baby, all it feels is energy. So you holding it, doing breath work is so great.
I like to think so.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
think,
for
no,
it. It's a good
is.
thing.
It's
Yeah.
great.
Agree. Martha, what has been on the other side of this hugely pivotal moment for you in your life? What's been on the other side of it? I really want to lean into your rebuilding phase, and especially like the solo trips to Bali. And I'd love you to share that.
So the rebuild. So when this all sort of happened, I was like, I've got two options, and crash and burn, because that happens to a lot of people during divorce, especially in an abrupt sort of end. Or I can finally be the champion that I've envisioned in all my self-development meditations and stuff. And
can I just say, even you saying that, she's got the power pose. She's in the power pose. Oh my God, she's embodying it now.
Yeah, and I think I booked 4 weeks after he had left. I booked a trip to Bali. I took the girls for 3 weeks and I went on my spiritual journey. I went to Ubud. I did go party for a few days after that. I was like, girl, you deserve it.
And then we'll go via Cooter on the way home.
Yeah. I was like, go up in the mountains, meditate, and then 2 fins. And then, I wasn't an angel in that first year.
They were allowed.
Yeah,
like,
I met him at 20 years old. So I was like, I've never.
Fuck it.
Yeah, I was like, how do I even kiss another person? Like, that was weird.
Yeah.
Even things like dating apps wouldn't have been a thing for.
No, they were not a thing. There was no dating apps. I think there was like MSN, Messenger, and like there was
MySpace.
no MySpace. Facebook had just come out. It was 2008. So, it was just sort of that.
Yeah, wow.
Like it was
a world pre-social media.
Yeah, and then I made it a year of. I made a checklist when I was in Bali. So I was like,
what was on it?
Like it was raunchy.
Give us the dirty
dates. Okay, I am gonna hook up with like a footy player. I'm gonna hook up with someone that's been on TV. I am gonna
stop. How many things did you tick off? I won't name names. We'll keep it so
I
that
ticked off my whole list.
Good girl.
I was like, okay, I'm done. I was like,
honestly,
because
that's iconic.
Because also in my relationship, intimacy was such an issue, and I realized in myself that I had suffered a lot, and there was so much insecurity and so many issues, and I never expressed myself. I felt like in a prison at times.
Caged animal.
Caged animal. So I was like, you know what? I am strategically going to make a list, and it wasn't just like fun list. It was other things on there like, learn to run, because I hated running and I hated people that liked running.
I love it that she's pointing straight to me. Like, Tess, are you listening?
Like I actually was like, if I had to run a kilometer, like I would like die. Like I hated it. Like I hated it.
And look at you now.
Yeah, now I'm running like 100 kilometers
an hour.
I was like, okay,
wild.
I took it too far. But so I had like a few other things on my list, and I got through it. And that was great. But then I realized that also then started to feed too much dopamine, too much validation. So then the next year I went, no dating for a year, no alcohol for a year.
She's an extremist. I love it. You're like, I'm going to get all the celebrities and I'm going to fuck them all off and never see them again. I'm going to ghost them all.
We'll bench the footy players.
Done.
Yeah, good. That needs to happen.
Yeah. And then, I realized I was like, all right, that was good for the ego and all that, but now we need to really fix the authentic self. And the only way to do that is to remove a lot of the distractions, necessary distractions, but distractions, and also just find out what it is that I really value in a partner, in myself, because I know that will be the next chapter of my life, and I don't want to pick wrong again. So I spent a whole year of becoming the best version of myself to attract the best version. So
wow,
and here she is.
And where are we at with that now?
I'm single. I'm not dating anyone at the moment, but
we've got a few footy players in the foyer waiting.
No. We just nice person.
Yeah, I was going to say footy players.
I think you've had a journey where you've fallen in love with yourself.
Yeah. So then anyone else is a bonus.
Yeah.
So hot.
How
Love
beautiful.
It. I do want to see that list.
So, Martha, you've recently taken a little bit of a step sideways with BODA, would we say? And you're focusing more on your consulting and your business mentoring.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that. I want to hear what you're doing.
Yeah. So again, it came up through a meditation that I needed to let go of a few of the salons. Interest rates were rising. People weren't spending as much. Single mum. I couldn't financially keep all the salons in my name. I was actually having anxiety attacks going to sleep because I was like, I'm paying for all these wages every week. I'm paying for all these rents every week. Like if something goes wrong.
Was your ex involved in BODA at all?
Not really. Towards the end he was during the COVID period, but not like he was in and out. We both kind of helped each other out in both businesses. He was great at like helping me build the salons, like the fit out stuff.
Yeah.
We had a good team. Like you would project manage like the electrician and things like that. And we worked well together in that sense. But I think for me, it was just the anxiety of, there's not two good salaries at the moment. What do I do? And I just made the decision to downsize and consolidate and be able to spend more time with my girls. That was the most important part. And also for me to show up as a good mom, I needed to not be anxious about finances. Like that was not okay. So I met this beautiful woman who bought some of the salons and so now I still own the brand BODA, but she does all the operations and runs the teams and stuff. So yeah.
And how's the anxiety now?
So good.
Yeah.
So
how good.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, you need to make the necessary changes so that you can show up and be the mama that you want to be.
Exactly.
So at the end of the day, that's
and
the
you know
shit
what
that
I
matters.
did? I just listened to my intuition.
Yes.
I closed my eyes. My intuition said, let go of BODA. It was through a breathwork class. And I thought, what? And it just said, you are not made to just run salons. There is something bigger for you. And then I went to O&M because we were looking at stocking some of their colours because they're amazing. And I'd missed my plane flight, because I was busy and it happens, and had to get a later flight, and I was so annoyed about it because it was like 9 p.m. and I'm an early sleeper now because of the running and stuff.
That's right.
But
half the day running, you've got to be in bed early.
And then everything was meant to be because then I sat next to this lady who was in her 70s and she had gone through a divorce and she was listening to my story and she's like, you're not made to run salons. You are going to change women's lives with your story and how you've come through it and how you've dealt with it, and that's what's going to make you money and you're going to create opportunities.
And then you can share the list
I can share
on OnlyFans. There's a little bit extra.
I'll be like, okay, in the first year you need to go out there and do this. Second year, okay.
I pay for that content.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I want that list. How cool.
But I was like, are you a ghost? I'm like, who are you? Like,
don't. Then she disappeared.
And then I was like, wow, like talk about,
yes,
signs.
It's meant to be divine timing. Yes.
And this lady, I just looked at her and I was like, I think you're right. I think I need to let go. I heard this in a meditation last week and now I'm seeing you. And she's like, don't ignore it. Like you need to do this. And then when I went to O&M, the owner of O&M was like, we really want you to do some consulting for us as business. And I was like, well, this is my pathway into, helping businesses and helping salons become more authentic and run
better than
that.
you to teach them that.
Wow.
Yeah. Good. Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so beautiful. I know we're not talking shop right now, but I'm like, you need to be running retreats, helping women who are at their rock bottom to rebuild themselves.
Yeah.
Like every woman in there is writing a list, but that is such
and
a
running a marathon
beautiful,
at the end.
Like just to help women to feel really empowered again.
It's the most scariest thing that you can go through when you go through that, separation, because you picture your whole life to be a certain way and then for you to have to rebuild it with no security. And then, hopefully some women get the opportunity to have a really peaceful divorce, but the majority of the time it's not like that.
Yeah.
There is so much, the fight is after. There's so much toxicity that follows that it can be really scary as a woman.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So your magic now is helping salon owners, specifically salon owners. I want to plug your new business a bit.
Yeah. So to be completely honest, it's not there's two aspects of this. So I'm still running. There's 3 or 4. I don't know what's going on.
There's a new list.
I'm a mum and I'm a runner and I'm an athlete. And now I still own the BODA brand and we're going to continue growing that.
Yeah.
And O&M have signed me up as their business ambassador. So I am helping salons with their business. But they don't realize I'm also helping them with their mindset because I think that's the most important thing.
Yes.
So I'm helping them with that. And then the third thing I want to do is also open up the doors to, I'm working on my own website at the moment. And that is just to help women through finding their authentic self. Yes. That is my goal.
And now retreats are going to be on the cards.
Well, now retreats. I know Bali.
I feel like you should write a book.
I already have the title. Yeah.
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 Wow. Well, we need the book. I'm like, I want to read your book.
Yeah, the book I will write the book.
You need a book. Yeah.
I just need time.
Time.
I'm like,
time. That's it. Look, we've got time. Well, how old are you now?
30,
you sharing
37.
37.
38 this year.
After 30, I said to Tess on the way, I'm 32. And then I said, hang on, wait, I'm 33. Like you just
you said, am I 33? And then I had to go, I'm 35. Yes, you're 33.
33.
Yeah.
But this is the thing, even with that, like I think of all these things with like, you know, whether it's in relationships, whatever, we feel like we have to have all of our life figured out by 30s. And I'm like, I'm 35. If I'm living to 70, I'm halfway through my life right now. This is not the maximum for me. Like there's so much shit that I want to be doing. Yeah. And like, this is the thing. So yeah, the book, the tour, the marathons, the retreats, fuck yeah. Why would we just stay here forever at that like?
And you know, I just always think to myself, like you really only have this life.
Yeah.
Like
go hard.
Don't waste it.
No.
Like don't be scared to give it a go.
That's right. What do you got to lose? Everything to gain.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think there's so much magic in your journey and what you do and what you can gift to women in being able to reignite themselves and see their own power and really fall in love with themselves. So I think this is going to be so beautiful to watch your journey and your new business and stepping into even more authenticity, which is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I've got 2 more questions for you.
Yes.
But before we share these questions, I want you to plug where people can find you.
Yeah. So at the moment, just on Instagram, that's probably the best way. So just Martha Kourt on Instagram.
Martha Kourt, Kourt with a K.
Kourt.
Yes.
And then that's it. Yeah, I've got my marathon TikTok that I've been playing on. That's really fun. So I call it Marathoner, like Martha and Maradona.
Yes.
Marathoner.
Yes. Is that the title of the book?
Yes. No, that's not. No.
Don't share the title of the book.
No, the title of the book is in my heart.
Yes,
yeah, it's
that's not ready for
no,
it's
not ready yet, but it's so
yet.
exciting. But yeah, just Instagram for now.
Insta.
Beautiful. I love watching your behind the scenes of your life and the things that you share about, you know, being a mum, being an entrepreneurial woman, being super accomplished, your fitness journey. It's beautiful to see. So everyone run over and follow Martha, please. So I want to leave, I've got 2 more questions.
Yeah.
I want to leave you with, if you could go back to Martha who first found out she was pregnant, because there's so many women in our industry that don't believe that you can be a present mum and also build an empire. And obviously, you know, can we have it all? Can we have it all at once? But what would you say to yourself if you could go back to that version of yourself and give her some words of advice? What would you say?
Take your time. That's a big question.
No, I think I really enjoyed being a mom. Like I was really relaxed about the whole approach. And I think that helped me so much in her being who she is, because she was so relaxed as a baby as well. Everyone might have just been lucky, but I don't know, it was just I was so happy. I think for me the hardest part was the first 4 weeks because I couldn't breastfeed and I had such high expectations on breastfeeding, and for me to just be able to go to a cafe and breastfeed and, you know, just that's what happens. You just feed your baby. I didn't realize that that some women can't feed the babies. I didn't know that. I don't think we speak about the struggles of breastfeeding enough. And I think in the first 4 weeks, I really struggled. My mental health was not great. I was crying at every feed because I had really bad mastitis on both breasts. I'd hired a breast consultant to come multiple days in a row so that she could help me. And I think I would just tell myself, and this is what I did with my second baby. I went into the hospital and I said, I'm not breastfeeding because I can't. And I was really quite content with that. I would have just told myself, like, pat myself on the back and say, you know, there needs to be more education around, you know, the struggles of breastfeeding, and that sometimes it doesn't just happen. And, you know, there's better ways there are other ways, not better ways. There are other ways to connect with your baby. And I found that the moment I decided at 4 weeks to stop breastfeeding, that I became the mum that I was always meant to be. And it was really funny because then when I went to the hospital with the second baby and I said that to the nurse, that the first time I had every feed, there was blood all over Pia's face. Gosh. It was horrible. Like, but I did not give up. I was like, I'm going to keep going to the point where it like destroyed me. Yeah, horrible. And then the second time around when I said, you know, I'm now educated and this is my decision that I will not breastfeed this time around. And I just put Paris on the boob and she just did it. And I was like, when no one was looking, when the nurses walked out and my ex-husband had gone home, I just put her on and I was like,
let's see.
Why is this working? Like complete shock, like so different. And so then I was able to breastfeed until 4 or 5 months and so different. But I think I would just tell myself like, don't have an expectation around how things should be. Just enjoy the baby.
What it is.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The expectations.
Yeah.
We can drive ourselves crazy.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Martha, I want to know, and this question always makes me teary, so I'll try and hold my shit together.
It's all right.
What legacy are you going to leave behind? What's Martha Kourt going to be remembered for?
Martha Kourt will be known for teaching women how to be their divine feminine self, finding their authenticity, and being able to live a life that they listen to their intuition and make decisions based on their intuition, because it is embedded in our DNA. Like, we just know we're really amazing, amazing creatures. And I think, I want to help women get there.
Oh, wow. Standing ovation for that. Fucking hell. That was very hot. I would like that on my tombstone. That's gorgeous. Wow.
It'll be on the back of the book.
Martha, thank you so much for being here and sharing your heart with us and our community today, and for being so authentic in our industry. It can be so hard to find people who are ready to talk completely authentically and strip back the persona and the perfect version of ourselves that we put out there. But the way that you share and the way that you've shared your heart today is so beautiful. So thank you.
I think you guys made me feel really comfortable. So thank you. Really.
Oh, that's so
you
beautiful.
guys.
This has been truly a privilege, like, honestly, and this is going to help so many women.
Yeah,
like, you think about how many women are going to start listening to their intuition after hearing you say that. Because life can be pretty amazing on the other side, right?
Yeah. No, it is.
How good.
Instinct never lies.
Yay.
Thank you guys so much for listening to another episode of the Conscious Salon podcast.
I love you guys. Stay conscious.
Yeah.
That was fun.